Hey everybody, welcome back to Fit Dad UK. Tonight we're going to do workout 2. So you may have seen workout 1, hopefully you have done. So it's going to be a similar workout. We're using dumbbells that you can do at home.
Yep, so this is a follow-on to the first workout, just hitting muscles from slightly different angles, different exercises, a couple more pieces of equipment that are optional to use on this one. But without further ado, let's get stuck into the workout.
So that brings us into the upper body warm-up. So obviously really important to make sure you warm up your shoulders in particular and your rotator cuff. So it's going to work all those muscles around your rotator cuff and into your chest. So 20 reps of each exercise. I'm going to show you 2 different variations to do. So about 20 seconds rest between them. So yeah, let's get stuck into these exercises.
So we'll start again today with the band pass-throughs. It's essential for shoulder mobility. So essentially over the top of your head, touch your back and then round forward onto the front and do 20 of these, a front to back and then front again. That's 1 rep. Then we move on to band pull aparts. So hold the band with just a small amount of tension as your arms are at shoulder width apart, and then pull backwards and down across your chest, and this helps to activate your rear delts and traps and rhomboids, and the back gets them warmed up ready for the exercises ahead. And it's 10 to 15 of those until you start to feel a bit of a burn in your rear delts, traps.
So your lower body warm-up, pretty self-explanatory. Body weight squats, going to work all your lower body muscles, legs, quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves, tibialis anterior in your shin, into your abdominals and lower back as well. So I've put 2 sets of 10 on here. You can do 2 sets of 20, whatever really, as long as you get that nice and warm, ready for the main exercise program.
Then on to the body weight squats, pretty self-explanatory. And dropping to the point that your thighs are parallel with the floor at the highest. You can go a little bit lower than that depending on your mobility. And again, 10 to 15 of these. So just to the point that again you feel warm and you're ready to start the workout. You can repeat these as many times as you want until you feel warm enough to start doing the full exercises.
So you can see a display here again of all the muscles you use during this workout. We did this for workout 1 as well, so lots and lots of different muscles all around the body. So we tried to cover all different areas. 7 exercises just like workout 1. You can see your sets and you can see your recommended sort of reps and rest time as well. Obviously you can change them around a little bit, they're just recommended. So yeah, there you go. Let's get stuck into the first exercise, which is a flat bench dumbbell chest press. So you can see the muscles marked here across the chest. Obviously your pec major, we're going to be working your anterior delts when we get to the top range of the push of the press, and also extending your elbows out. You're going to be using your triceps, so great chest exercise. Again, 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps, 2 to 3 minutes rest between sets.
Onto the flat dumbbell press. This works obviously the pectorals, the front delts and the triceps. You can go pretty heavy on these, anything between 6 to 12 reps, and you're still working towards building muscle and hypertrophy. You see Paul this time has got himself some big boy weights, looking a lot more impressive than the last video. So you'll just see the side on shot here that shows the path of the dumbbells. It's from down around your nipple line to just a little bit closer to your neck, but not going too high that your elbows are flared out. On the subject of elbows, keep the elbows kind of at a 45-degree angle to your sides, and then you get the right amount of engagement to the pectoral muscles, and the movement isn't all in the front delt.
So this is the standing dumbbell suitcase squat. So brilliant exercise for your legs and your lower body, glutes, Quads, obviously we've listed a few muscles on here. Adductor magnus, there's loads of other adductor brevis, longus in there you're going to be using. All your sort of quad muscles, deep into the lower part of your calf and your soleus as well. This is really good for ankle strength and stability. So yeah, great exercise. 3 sets again, 8 to 10 reps, 2 to 3 minutes rest between sets.
Moving on to suitcase squats. If you've got light enough dumbbells that you can flip these up and put them onto your shoulders and comfortably do that like a back squat, or if you've got a barbell, feel free to put that on your back and do a back squat. But these are 35 kilo dumbbells and they're just a little bit awkward to get up onto your shoulders, so the suitcase squat still works the actual squat movement and the quad muscles, etc. You want to be doing 10 to 12 reps of these. Try and get it so that your quads, your thighs essentially are parallel with the floor at least. You can drop a little bit more below parallel. It just depends what you are comfortable in doing. You'll see there my form, not bad actually. Head up, chest out. Yeah, thighs parallel to the floor. Good exercise. Paul has even upped his game on this one and he's using my weights. He's definitely more leg focused, football, running, etc. So he can keep up no problem on the leg strength.
So that brings us into the lat pull downs or pull ups. So anyone who's tried a pull up will know these are really difficult, especially overarm ones. So it's going to work your posterior shoulder, obviously your lats. Overarm grip will work into the rhomboids and then centered towards the spine a bit more than an underarm grip as well. But yeah, really difficult exercise. 3 sets, probably slightly less reps for the actual pull ups, maybe a little bit more for the lat pull downs, and you're going to need your rest in between 2 to 3 minutes.
So we move on to the lat pull down. So there is a pull-up bar there that's just out of shot that you'll see Paul on in a minute. When I tried my first repetition on there, as you'll see Paul doing now, I was a little bit dubious about the plasterboard coming down off the wall with my 17 stone frame. So we thought we'd show you an alternative, which I sometimes do at home anyway, with a heavy band, loop it over the bar. As long as you're getting a good range of motion and feeling the burn on your lats here. So pull down to the point as if you are pulling up on a pull-up, and these both work the same thing, rear delts, they work lateral muscles. So yeah, it's a good alternative. The other alternative is to put a pole through both of the bands and pull down as if you're doing a lat pull down machine. Oh no, he's struggling. Oh no, he's given up. To failure. That's what we want from these home workouts, folks, to failure. Very good, well displayed. So he's just showing now that he's looped the band around his feet at the bottom. This is what I do at home when I use my doorway pull-up bar, and that gives you a little bit of assistance to help you do a full repetition. And anything, if you can manage to do it between 6 and 12 reps, then you're doing some good, and you're building some muscle, and you're building up resistance in that particular muscle chain.
So that brings us on to the single leg glute bridge and hamstring curl. So we've got pictured here a prone curl. We're going to show you that one. We're also going to show you a glute bridge using the bench, which is going to bias your glute muscles. You will get isometric contraction in your hamstrings with that one as well, and also a heel slide, dragging your heels back, so in lay on your back in crook lying. So obviously it's going to work all your hamstring muscles, gastrocnemius as well, and a little bit into your adductors. But yeah, great exercise. 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps, 8 to 12 reps should I say, depending on which one you do, and 2 to 3 minutes rest.
So then we've got the single leg glute ham bridges. These are good for the glutes and hamstring, as the name would suggest. So try and focus on pushing down on your heel and then feeling all the tension in your glutes, your bum muscles and your hamstrings. I tend to do 2 sets of 10 on this. I've got quite a bit of weight to lift off the floor, so yeah, good exercise. We're now going to show you some alternatives to this. So this is one of the alternatives that you can do on, obviously you need a slidey floor and some socks, or you could use a towel underneath your feet, or I've seen also people using a magazine. So essentially it's a hamstring curl, lifting up your body by driving your heels into the floor and curling up on your hamstrings. And these are really good. You can really feel the burn. Paul about to do the same now. I'm not shifting quite as much weight in the midriff as myself, so you might be able to do more reps. Got stronger legs anyway comparatively, so but yeah, good exercise. And then the third variation that you can do for this is using a resistance band. So you loop the resistance bands over your feet. I tend to use socks here to avoid all the hairs in your legs being ripped out by the band. Affix the other end of the band to a sturdy solid point, so you've got some tension at the point that your legs are fully extended, and then just do the curl, pull it right up as close as you can up to your bum, and again kind of 10 to 15 reps here. And these are good hamstring burners as well. So you've got 3 exercises there that you can do at home that attack the hamstrings.
I couldn't resist putting this clip in.
The ball got booted at me and it hit the instep of my foot and just jarred my knee outwards. Oh shit. Yeah. It's been making a really funny noise.
Sounds like someone needs a physio for that knee. So that brings us on to the seated shoulder press. So picture here with a barbell, we're going to use dumbbells, and obviously this is going to use your deltoid, lateral anterior heads of your deltoid, and your serratus anterior, driving that scapula forward, and your triceps obviously at the end of range pushing up. So 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps, 2 to 3 minutes rest between sets.
These are fairly self-explanatory. Sat down with your shoulder blades retracted, chest up in the air, pushing up to the point that you lock out. Try and keep the dumbbells a little bit away from outside of shoulder width, so you keep a little bit of tension on the shoulders even at the top of the movement. Don't go too heavy here, just go whatever you feel is comfortable that you can control up and down for 10 to 12 reps.
So that brings us on to the face pulls or scapular retractions. There's slightly different variations of how you can do this regarding how much external rotation you throw in. You are working your posterior cuff here, your rotator cuff, so your teres minor and infraspinatus. Bit of care, word of caution, just obviously don't overload these because they are smaller muscles. They're designed for stability of your shoulder. You want to work these to improve that stability, but don't throw too much load in. Obviously you're working your traps, rhomboids and all the muscles between your shoulder blades here as well. So 3 sets. You can do more reps with these, 10 to 15 reps, but again 2 to 3 minutes rest between your sets.
Then we've got the face pulls, which are very good for shoulder health and mobility. The rotator cuff gets some work here along with the rear delts and the traps. So we've done it here with a band looped over the chin up bar, and just pick a band with a resistance that you think is about right for your level, and then pull it back and towards your face. If you want to try and do 10 to 15 reps on this, again these are ones that you can maybe do slightly higher in the rep range than some of the heavier compound movements earlier in the workout.
So that brings us into the bicep curls. So this is just showing you which muscles are going to be used. Obviously biceps brachii, brachialis and brachioradialis coming into your forearm a bit. I'm going to show you 3 different variations of exercises that you can use to hurt your biceps. So again 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps, 2 to 3 minutes rest between your sets.
This is one of the variations of the bicep curls that we've got. This is the incline seated curl, The advantage to this is that your upper arm drops below the level of your body, and you can do a full range of motion and then lift up and try and imagine your pinkies going towards your shoulder blades so that your arms turn out. Paul is doing the drag curls here, which you need to envisage there is a channel that the dumbbells move up and down straight along your body, and it gives the same kind of movement as the incline seated curl. We then move on to the preacher curl single arm on the bench that you can do on an incline bench, and lighter weight here because it's more difficult. Try and get the full range of motion all the way down to the bottom of the movement. But there's another really good bicep exercise. Paul's showing his right arm here. I'm wondering if he's going to show his left because he really struggled on this one, but we'll see.
Don't you worry, son, I'll show the left.
Oh, yeah. Is it going?
No, not quite, Keith. Still hanging in there.
Nearly.
Oh, there's another one. Another one. Not too bad for the weak arm. No, we're done.
And the final bicep variation, which each routine that you do, you could alternate between any one of these particular versions. This is called the concentration curl. So the point is that your elbow is fixed to your thigh, and all the tension is on the bicep. You can generally go heavier with these and do a little less reps. Paul there with his big boy weights again. Definitely a lot more impressive. They are the plastic ones, so they're a lot bigger than the cast iron ones.
All right.
Still, he looks less shameful than the last video.
Cheeky.
Good on you, Paul. So that was workout number 2 of the at-home series. Really good workout, really challenging. Obviously, if you're a novice at it, start with lighter weight, progress to heavier. Just remember to, none of us are spring chickens anymore, so just keep in mind that you need to respect your body and listen to it. But that, along with workout number 1, and you've got a really good solid full body plan there.
So look out for any future videos we do. We're going to do a breakdown one for the pull-up one as well, just to see if we can sort of work into sort of doing a full body, full extension, full elbow and shoulder extension, obviously pull-up. So look out for that video as well. And remember,
who's the daddy?